Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday. I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So it's time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. I just had a bird just fly on my patio. I'm telling you, these birds are taking over since we're not moving about the planet as much. He's just walking around the patio like he owns it. Anyway, which I find really amusing. Uh, but I just want to welcome you to the show. I ask you to sit back, relax, and join in. How you doing, Pat? Pat's here all the way from North Carolina. We say hi there.
And then Claudia is here too. Claudia is watching.
I am relaxed, Pat. That's it. You sure look relaxed. Yeah, I'm feeling really good out here on my patio. It's only like 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a beautiful thing. So we are going to be talking today about Christmas now.
Christmas now, people. Christmas
Now. And this is a really good topic for you, Pat, and all of you business people, because we're going to get into some stuff that'll should help propel and ignite your business today. So, Fran, what's up? How you doing?
I am well. Yeah, we are talking about adaptation and making sure we adapt and be ready for stuff. So since about, I'd say March of 2020, things have been
Interesting.
different, right? That's the second quarter, right?
Yeah.
January, February, March. Yeah, the end of the first quarter, things changed here in the United States, all on the west side of the world.
Mhm.
And so we're not doing things the way we were. We're not outside as much. We're not doing things the way we were. We don't get to see much face-to-face interaction with our clients and customers, but we still got to get business done. And one of the things that is happening is if you've ordered anything, you are realizing how long it's taking for stuff to get to you.
All righty then.
Anything you ordered online is taking a lot longer or a little longer than usual. Now, when I ordered something from Best Buy not too long ago, I was watching the thing. If I ordered it from Apple, it was going to take 2-3 weeks. Best Buy happened to have it in stock. And so it was like a week. Normally it would have been like a couple of days, but it was actually longer.
Yeah.
And if it's not in stock, it's really going to take a while because there's a whole, what did you say, the supply chain, if it hasn't been created and it's not sitting in the warehouse, the likelihood of you getting it
is pretty nil.
I mean, you're going to get it, but they don't have the same amount of people putting things together and doing things the way they were, especially if people are on shutdown and they're on a minimal staff. And so the people processing the order, they're not as many. There might be a bot processing the order. And if the bots are processing the order, telling, because there's no human reasoning in that, it's just like, oh, it came in here and it's going out on this date. It can be, they don't care that you need it next day.
Exactly.
So has anyone else experienced a delay with the shipping of your product? Because this is going into our conversation today, because if you are in the manufacturing, anything, jewelry, clothing, toys, perfumes, whatever it is that you are sharing and selling, you got to make your customers and clients aware that it may take a little longer than anticipated for you to get it.
Okay. The other thing too is people are starting to request services again to come into their home. For instance, like my air and vac guy called in June to schedule an appointment. And I said no, because, things are really getting interesting. And I scheduled it out for September. I called back to see if I could move it up. Um, Now that people are wearing masks, etc. And they said, no, we're still scheduled out. So I guess people decided, okay, when things went back to what they thought was going to be normal for that little window. And so if you need services, I highly recommend that you call and order them in advance too.
Right.
You want the heating to work when your in-laws come by for that quickie to drop off the presents for the kids. Uh, I'm just saying that it's not just textiles and certain goods that are being delayed. It is services as well. So if you want that home repair, oh my gosh, if you want that carpet installed, I suggest you do it now.
And if okay, now don't let your DMV vehicle registration go. Get it. You're going to need to do that early. It is taking them a very long time transferring title. They're making you use a virtual office here in California.
Wow.
If you are, I went up to DMV to do some paperwork. The line was long. Now DMV is long anyway.
Yes.
But at least they were taking numbers and whatever. The guy said, okay, it was 2 hours, 3 hours before they closed. They said, okay, we're not taking any more people, non-appointments. Well, the thing was, when I went online to book an appointment, it was not available. There were no appointments available to be booked because they were serving everybody that had gotten shut down who had appointments prior to the COVID situation. So it was like, well, you can't make an appointment, so then you got to stand in the non-appointment line. And then the non-appointment line, if you didn't get there at a certain time, he said, if you didn't get in that line by a certain time, you were going to have to come back the next day because they can only serve so many people.
That makes sense to me. Having worked for the state of California, I understand their capacity is really a lot more limited than you think. And the fact that they have decided to underfund the government because they want to get rid of it and do a lot of things, privatize a lot of things. Can you imagine a DMV being privatized? Anyway.
Well, that's not happening because they're making too much money from us on the vehicle registrations.
So can you imagine if private industry took over, you'd have to have an inspection for everything, your mirror, your your ashtray. Anyway,
they are doing
a phenomenal job. And then you have to remember that what happened was a lot of people decided, well, with this pandemic, I'm just going to retire. So a lot of the intellectual capacity is gone to fix specific things, things that people have never seen before, because that person who understood it and how to fix it is gone. And why expose myself to the public like that when I really have enough time to leave? And then by the resources being limited, they are not replacing staff. So you've got people out sick, you got people retired. All of these things are putting pressure on the system that's going to make it slower.
Right. And because before you used to go to DMV and there were people standing everywhere. They're not doing that anymore. They make you stand outside. Yes, it's hot. They do put a tent up, but they're not putting tents up all the way down and around the block. So you got to plan whatever it is that you're doing. That's all we're saying today.
And I suggest you bring your own chair too if you're going to be waiting outside. Because I went to the bank the other day, and the line, they make you wait outside. They only take so many people in at a time. But there were no chairs out there. There was a tarp, but that was about it.
And so that could be an idea for someone to provide seating and water for
Mhm,
people waiting in line.
mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
right? Because there are many senior people who can't stand in the line or who don't have uh, somebody to go to the bank and stand in line for them, whatever it is, because a lot of people don't understand online banking, don't trust it
Mhm,
for whatever reason. This could be an opportunity for somebody. Them little stools that you just, the little chairs that you just pop up,
uh-huh,
ma'am, would you like a seat? And just offer seating. And while you're there, you got bottles of water,
mhm.
dollar or something. Somebody, it's summer. It's
Yes,
hot.
it is. It's gonna be 99 today. We've got some comments over here in the chat from Alfredo. He's
Hey,
talking.
Alfredo.
He says experience delay.
Experienced, okay, let me put it up.
Mhm.
Experience delay all the time because there are other customers get their products too, right? Everybody. And then he says, in Amazon, we do our best to get the packages to the customers quickly. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
Uh,
I
and and we're not saying that they're not trying to do it.
mm-mm, mm-mm, not
Everybody is
saying that
in
at
it.
all.
FedEx, UPS, everybody, even the U.S. Postal Service, everybody is inundated trying to get you your order.
We are
And
not complaining, Al.
then he said, I mailed my registration last week. September is when his tags expire. Very good thing to do. Because
Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff that you can do online. Now, the guy did tell me when I was in line, when,
I
the guy
do.
around talking to everybody, he
Mhm.
said, you can use virtual office depending on what you needed to have done. You can use the virtual office at the DMV. You can go online. I do believe if your tags are coming up, you can go online to register. They will help you register online
Okay.
because it is probably a lot faster. That's what the guy told me. He said if you mail your stuff in,
Mhm.
he said it's probably going to take a while. So Alfredo, it was good that you did mail it now because it's going to be a minute.
I'm telling you, it's no joke. So,
Hi,
um,
Rose. Alfredo said he's got a new friend, Rose. Hi, Rose Williams.
hi, Rose. How are you? Welcome to the program.
And yeah, so doing whatever you can. Now, I have another idea for somebody. You remember the popcorn guy, Terry?
Yes.
I was just thinking he can have a pop up in different places to let people know, hey, get your popcorn so that you can enjoy your movie at home. You can still get popcorn in a movie but have a pop-up where he can pop up and people can buy the cheese, the caramel, whatever blends that he has. He can do a pop-up for the day, kind of like the food trucks.
Yes. See,
So
here's the thing. You can park your vehicle facing out, so your trunk is facing where you popped up the chairs that you're offering, with your branding on them, free seating by um, Mr. Pops, and offer popcorn with a free bottle of water. When you buy 3 bags, you get a free bottle of water.
yes, and so this is what I'm saying. There is opportunity in the madness that is going on right now.
Makes sense. It
And
makes
if you,
That's the place to do it, at the DMV, right?
everybody's hungry and hot, so pop up your truck and you got the popcorn already bagged and ready to go.
Mhm.
So I'm
Hey,
saying,
Jerry.
I just thought about it. I was like,
Yeah,
huh.
because the mall is closed down. You know, they were at the kiosks at the mall, but since the mall is closed down, why not?
Where, and so I'm thinking of the food trucks. They
Mhm.
pop up all over the city, and then they just text, tweet their followers where they're going to be. So if I wanted to go get my stash of popcorn, oh, he's going to be over here. Let me go over there and pick up a couple of bags of popcorn because I'm going to have a movie night
Mhm.
at home.
Yes.
So,
And I love the flavor popcorn.
and the popcorn is good.
Yeah.
And you can have a different mindset. Yes, Rose, you can ask your question. Yes, and there is a delay. This is the nature of Facebook. So yes, please ask your question. So you're going to have to make some adjustments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Christmas. Christmas is in December. We used to do Black Friday in November,
Yes.
the day after Thanksgiving. That's not happening
I
anymore.
think that is too close to your target date, especially if you're doing something like toys for kids. In fact, I ordered my granddaughter's toys this month. She likes electronics, so I ordered them now because I don't want to be caught up in a demand that can't be met.
Or they'll be getting it after Christmas. So what about if you are making, or if you are the one providing the gifts for Christmas,
mm-hmm.
if you're the one providing the gifts for Christmas, are you telling people now that they have an opportunity to put their orders in now? Like if I'm getting cover-ups, mm-hmm. if I'm getting face masks, because that might be, package a box of face masks, a box of face masks.
A family box.
Right. Yeah. And packaging that up and sending the boxes to whomever they can get. Look, start doing face masks with Rudolph and Santa and everybody already on them, mm-hmm. because Christmas is coming. Okay, the NBA is coming back on this week, so now the basketball teams are coming back. They're doing baseball with nobody in the audience, but people can do their team. Jerry, you do those blankets and the hats and the pot holders and stuff like that. You need to start telling, not you need to, have you considered telling your followers, the people who have purchased from you in the past, that you can get a mask and a hat?
Yes. And especially now, because here's the other thing. Fabric is limited. So if you want something specific to your team, I highly recommend that you order it now and put it aside for Christmas, because that fabric is not going to be available all year round. Trust me. Okay. So many deals in fabrics. So yeah, and all of these things are reasons why you should do Christmas now.
Right. And then Rose had a question, but I don't see it in here yet. Rose, yes, you can ask your question. Type it in the chat and we will.
Exactly.
We will get someone, somebody in here has an answer, because everybody in here are capable professionals who understand their stuff.
Who are running businesses.
Right.
And are having to pivot during the course of this season.
Right. I should have worn my Santa hat today.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I want you to know that, and I've told this story before, that it took me quite a while to get my elastic. However, I did order some things online and they did come timely. So right now it seems like things have calmed down, but you have to remember that a lot of people are last minute. A lot of people don't plan. And then that's going to cause congestion around the holidays. And we want to try to avoid any more stress than we already got. Okay. Whatever's going on, we don't want to put any more pressure on ourselves or our loved ones.
Let's manage it. This is being a good economist. You're managing, you're looking out and projecting, you see what's coming and you're maneuvering to position yourself for what's coming.
Yes. And there are a lot of
waiting
things
for it to come and panic. Oh my God. Okay.
There's a lot of things that, affect the supply chain. And one of them is your relationships with other countries. So, we're having such great relationships with other countries that we need to really consider that. The other thing is when other countries have spikes during the course of these trying times, they may close down their factories. And a lot of there's a difference between how factories operate in other countries. For instance, most of the people, do you remember? No, you don't remember. Well, your history will tell you that during the 1900s, when we went into the Industrial Revolution, that people came from the farms into the cities to work. Well, that's the situation that you have in China. People are coming from the farms into the cities to work. And when they go back to the farms, it's so far that in a lot of cases, they don't come back. Okay.
Right. So I remember when one of our other biz chicks, she went to China, or no, she was ordering some things from China, and it was Chinese New Year. They tell you that during Chinese New Year, it was shut down, was nobody working, and they told everyone of their customers that they were not shipping between this time and this time because of Chinese New Year. Shut it down. And so that got you ready. And if you didn't look at your email, read the memo, and then you try to put an order, what do you mean it won't come for another month or two? Because you did not pay attention to the signs.
Yes.
The signs are out there. So read the signs, make your maneuvers, be prepared.
Now, I know that a lot of you do things that are seasonal. For instance, Gotta Be Handmade does floral arrangements for Christmas and things. I highly suggest that you start putting those things out to be available now, because people want to know that they have their stuff.
And I'm saying this because now I'm not a foo-foo Christmas type of person. There are people who will deck their entire house with Christmas, and they want to be able to have that. You understand what I mean? Yes, they have some of the stuff, but they want to be able to do Christmas. A lot of people are going to be trying to do things to keep some sense of normalcy about them. And one of the things would be, okay, I'm going to decorate my house, and we're going to have fun while we're here, whatever it is. And they're going to need you if that's what you do. If you're supplying that type of thing, they're going to want to do Christmas.
And people may just want to do things to show online because they can't get out. Oh, so I decorated my house today.
This is my house.
You know what I mean? So there is going to be a demand on you for different items, and I suggest that you offer them up now so people can begin to
have fun,
order, and know and have the peace of mind that they are prepared for the holidays.
Right.
So if you're doing things like matching pajamas or jewelry, Brenna, or you know what I'm saying, then show now.
Be very clear and how people can connect with you to pick up their items and do that. You might have to do some maneuvering and some other things. Everything is different. We're at a different dance right now. They're not doing a foxtrot right now. We're doing something else, and we're like, okay, what is this? It's all different. That's okay. We will win. We will learn. And it's going to be okay. But resisting it is not going to be okay. You know what I mean? Resisting, like, well, I'm just not going to do it. Okay, well, then we'll be passing you by, and nothing we can do for that.
And if you're waiting for things to open back up the way they were, I've got two things that cross my mind. One, things will never go back the way they are because people enjoy some of the differences. People enjoy curbside service in some cases. People enjoy being able to order it on an app, being able to cash app you. So those parts of commerce may become a permanent fixture now that so many people have had to make the shift. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, the state of California is probably not going back to populating all them buildings.
Oh, and most businesses have seen such a reduction in overhead having to shift primarily to online business that they're not coming back. They're not coming back. Not like that anyway.
So I'm going to put this comment up because I think Rose has to go. But Rose, thank you for stopping in and touching base with us. Alfredo, thank you for introducing Rose. And please reach out. We will be happy to help in any way that we can. And be sure to follow other people here in the group, because there's people are here to help one another.
Oh, if you want to join Biz Chicks, you can text Biz. Let me find the little banner here. To 33777.
Right.
We'd love to have you be a part.
And
right. Love to know what business you're in.
Yep.
So you can be more specific.
Correct. And then I'm gonna put Brenna's coming up while you're putting that up.
Okay.
Brenna said the last situation, the last 3 years, the last major shift thing that happened lasted 3 years.
Wow, Brenna.
So, when something happens, you prepare for the long run, okay? Because a lot of people are like, oh, this is just going to be a few minutes and we're going to be back.
Yeah.
It's July, people. It's happened in March.
This thing 5 months. So, yeah. And now it looks like we're going to have to do a redo.
Because, and we need, and I'm going to say this because I'm not an alarmist or anything, please wear your mask or do whatever they're asking you to do. Because if we want to get through and whatever, just do what they ask to do so that we can just move on.
Move on.
But we can't move on if people decide, I'm not going to do it, and we're still just going to do what we want to do. Mm-hmm. We can't do that. And it's important for all of us to do our part. Like, I got masks everywhere. I got one in my purse. I got one in the car. And you get ready to get out of the car, and you're like, oh, wait, where? Because there are a lot of places you're not going. Uber, you're not riding if you don't have a mask.
Walmart, the grocery store, CVS, Target, there are a number of major brands that are still open who want to stay open.
Right. And they are doing that. And Claudia says, I've been fortunate to not have to deal with delays, as restaurant business is essential and my stuff comes with the quickness. And because Claudia, you are prepared. I was reading an article about a lady, and she was crying the blues because she used to get so much business at her restaurant, and I think she was in New York or somewhere. But anyway, she was getting a lot of business with her restaurant, and she was boo-hooing because the shutdown happened. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, like the new restaurant here, which is Fixins in over in Oak Park, right? Mm-hmm. They just opened when this all started, right? They started in January, they're opening up, and then everything is like shut down, and you're like, okay, well, what do you do now? Well, they were only, now when that shutdown happened back in March, you could only do curbside pickup.
Okay.
And a lot of restaurants did not know how to make the shift, did not know how to engage and book up with Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub and everybody else that can do deliveries. You didn't have to do your own delivery, or better yet, you could have done your own delivery like the pizza place or like the Chinese food that have been doing that for years. Chinese food, pizza, been delivering for years.
Yes.
They did not this restaurant did not make the shift, and now she's crying, we're losing money and da 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 da. And I was like, curbside, delivered it to people's houses, because in the Chinese restaurants in New York, that is normal for them to come, or the what is it, Thai food, Indian food, they bringing the food to your door.
Yes, very much so.
And so, and so like with Claudia, she does that. You want to order a particular meal, and if Claudia, let me know if I'm speaking out of turn. But if you want to order some food from Claudia, you order, she brings. You don't have to go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Lakeisha is saying this about,
She said the freeway is so full, no one is listening.
Help us. Well,
and, yes. And yep, in IKEA. Now, IKEA has got you in line. I thought I was in Disneyland when I went to IKEA the other day. It's because I wanted to go pick up a couple of things. I was looking for a shoe rack. And and they literally had lines 6 feet apart, but it looks like you're getting on a ride at Disneyland. They had the little gates and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh.
And we thank you, IKEA, for helping us be mindful. Just
right.
Like the grocery store, they put the tape on the floor.
They got signs. Don't go over here. And if you, out of habit, some people just get in line and get right next to somebody, and don't freak out. Just say, hey, could you back up a little bit or something? Don't be all weird about it. And it's going to be okay. Just mindful. This is our new way of thinking. Brenna, it's funny. I'm going to put that comment up in a minute. There were the people, when you're getting in line or what have you, you don't have to be testy. You can still, we're learning this, right? Remember when people used to be my personal space?
Yes.
Now give people 2 spots of personal space is what we're telling you. Because it was always weird when somebody was all up in your grill anyway. Just back it up. Just 2 people, 2 people of space. Now get back up.
I hear you.
It's okay. You don't have to be all up on somebody. It's like, hi. Like when I'm walking and people are walking by or riding by, and everybody's polite, hi, and they keep moving, but they're away from you.
And there's a certain amount of uncertainty. I dropped some things off to my grandkids yesterday, and I'm sure they weren't sure about the social distancing. I had my mask on because I had just come out the car. And so, people may feel a little awkward during this time, but just, do whatever you can to help keep your loved ones safe.
Right. And Brenna says those not wanting to wear masks back then were mask slackers and fined $5 a shot. The Sedition Act of 1918 also contributed to the misinformation of society. They had their conspiracy theories. It was hilarious. And back in the day, they did not, they weren't taking chances because the bubonic plague and other things were deadly.
Yeah, the Spanish flu. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were going to kill you for all that. Like, look, you're not
You stay over there. I'm fixing something here with my stool. Yeah, you stay over there.
And it was funny. Some of the memes that are coming out, it's funny, but it's very serious.
Yes.
Back in the day, they did shoot you. You just did not comply. Lakeisha said a lot of products they can't get because warehouses can't get them. And that's exactly what's causing a delay. And the same is happening with cosmetics. If not made in the US, you can't get them, which is great for her because a new client came to her because she couldn't get her normal products. Now she loves the MK products. So there are opportunity. What happens? What happens if your regular line of product or something goes away? What are you
Mhm.
going to do? If you're the one selling the product, what are you going to do? If they stop making a particular chocolate that you use in a cake or something, now okay, I do lemon cakes now. You're going to have to shift. We cannot just keep doing things and going on and on and on and
And
on.
waiting and waiting and waiting.
Right. Because it's going to change. It's still going to be 6 months later, and you could have been so much further along 6 months. Like, okay, I'm just going to wait before I start my exercise. I'm waiting on that bike to come in. A month later, the bike still isn't here.
Yeah.
You haven't exercised. Okay, you figure out some other type of exercise until the exercise machine you want actually gets there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Well, that's all I got for today. Terry, anything else you got?
That's what we wanted to pop in and say. Do Christmas now, folks. If you missed doing a promotion for Christmas in July, it doesn't matter. Just tell people do Christmas now.
Right. Christmas now. Just buy your stuff now and go call your clients. That means we should be getting a lot of calls and texts from a lot of people. Call your clients, email your clients, text your clients, let them know what you have available.
Mm-hmm.
And encourage them to shop for Christmas now and give them tips on how to store it so people don't find it if they're trying to, wrap the gifts and put them in a closet or something. Teach them how to do it.
That makes sense. It really does. So we just want to remind everybody that First Mondays is coming up, and we'd love for you to join us. We're only going to be an hour, but it's going to be a fun networking event online. We'll be here. What time is that? On 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock on next Monday, as well as the morning show.
Thank you, Brenna. Brenna is wishing everybody a happy Monday, a great Monday.
Yes.
And yep, we're going to have some fun. So with that, we will be in touch. Thank you all. Terry, want to wrap up?
Yes, and don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. Bye-bye.